I wanted to ask you, so Mo Salah unlikely to be signing a new deal as it stands right now. Unlikely as it stands right now. On top of that, Mane's gone. And there is talk, and I know there was a report from Sky today saying your transfer business isn't done. But the other day it was kind of reported by Paul Joyce that your transfer window as a club could be done for the summer. Now, firstly, I want to get your take on Mo Salah not signing a new deal, what you should do with him. But you kind of had a bit of a pop and were like, we need more. Essentially, you said we need more than this. We're fighting for top 4, not the title, if we don't make any more signings. And you got a lot of stick, and a lot of people kind of came for you in the social media space over that opinion. So I want to kind of talk about those things. But firstly, Mo Salah not signing a new deal. What should you do? Keep him for a year, sell him now, or just pay him his money? Like, where's your head at with it?
I think we need to pay him the money. And I think, like, this is the thing for me. Like, and I feel like, see, the problem is, I know you want to talk specifically about Mo Salah, but the problem is, Terry, everything's like connected with each other. So I can't just talk about him because it's like all the things together. And I feel like the issue is with this Mo Salah thing is as follows. People think that just because Klopp is this miracle worker of a manager and he's incredible, etc., that he can just take any Tom, Dick, and Harry, put him on the right wing, and he's going to get those numbers. That is, of course, due to what Klopp has done, but it's also due to the qualities of Mo Salah and how much he's worked hard on himself and how he's trained hard on himself, and etc. There was an interesting tweet that I read actually just before going live, funnily enough, on the same situation. And of course, like, it's actually looking at maybe a more satire look at this whole conversation. I'm gonna just read you out the tweet, and you're immediately gonna get the point. If Diaz, 25 years old, and Jota, 25 years old, become superstars and top 5 forwards in the world in the coming 4 years, Liverpool Football Club will either sell them or let them go for free, as the wage structure will not allow extension of their contracts. Let's hope they are good, but not very good, so we can keep them. I feel like there's certain players, like in world football. Mo Salah is the top 5 player in the world. He's been a top 5 player in the world, possibly since he's arrived. He's been in the top 5 list. The issue is, when you are at a win now state, and this is the thing that I try to drill into a lot of people's heads and they don't get it. When you're at a win now state, Liverpool Football Club is not Liverpool FC of 17-18. It's not Liverpool FC of 16-17. Back then, the objective was get top 4. Because the objective was get top 4, you can afford inconsistencies, you can afford players improving, you can afford a whole lot of stuff. Now your competition is Manchester City, you need consistency, you need etc. Mo Salah's replacement needs to be someone who's going to give you basically 40 plus GA and be consistent and be available and ask for 100k a week. Now, you know where that exists? Cuckoo Island. That's where it exists, where people just have zero logic whatsoever. The Mo Salah's replacement is going to have to be a tier 1 player. Tier 1 players ask for tier 1 money. That's just how life works. And you know what's the benefit of this wage structure thing? And I'll shout out someone from the Terrace as well, Tom Little, because he did point this out. A lot of the players that you guys think are going to go knock on Klopp's door asking for more money have all extended either a year ago or 2 years ago. So by the time they're 33, 34, there's no way they're going to knock on Klopp's door asking for 300k, 350k. And now the worst part of this Mo Salah thing is as follows. And I warned people about this, and I will continue to warn people about this. The PR spins are starting. Now Salah is being reported as the bad guy in the media. Now he's the bad guy. Oh, we tried our best to extend Mo Salah's contract, even though we don't want to smash the wage structure. The wage structure works 4 years ago. Now you have to come with the times. Mo Salah is someone who's been consistent in 5 years, 3 golden boots, and the 2 times he didn't win the golden boot, he was 1 goal away. 2 times PFA Player of the Year. He's almost been available throughout the whole time. Never kicked up a fuss. You've never heard any stories off the pitch. The minimum you can do is go like, if I was in charge, what I'd do? Hi, Mo Salah, you want to extend? Yes, I want to extend. How much you want? Okay, boom, signature. That's it. Because no one in his right mind can knock at Klopp's door and ask for similar money, given the contributions. And plus, I know I've gone on a bit of a rant, but I'm going to say it anyway. And plus, Karim Benzema just had his best ever season, age 34. Robert Lewandowski just had his best season, age 35. Sports science, people taking the sport seriously, footballers now taking care of their bodies, is the reason why when players hit 30 now, it's no longer a drop-off. You don't have to drop off when you hit 30. Benzema's about to win the Ballon d'Or age 34. He's just peaked in football at age 34. Mo Salah's goal scoring ability and his physical attributes and his smart positioning, because he scored a lot of goals based on his positioning, would allow him to get 20 plus Premier League goals for the next 3-4 years easily. Whilst I cannot go spend that money on a Rafinha, wait for him to develop for a year and a half, or an Antony, or etc. By that time, Van Dijk, Alisson, Fabinho, Thiago, and all these guys are a year and a half older, and they're starting to regress and etc. So it's just a cycle of like, we want to cook the perfect meal, but every time we go into a season, you give me one missing ingredient. Oh, you can make a chocolate cake. This time, I'm not going to give you a chocolate. Next year, I'm not going to give you the flour. The year after that, I'm not going to give you the eggs. The year after that, I'm not going to make you an oven, make it using a flame from a lighter. Like, it's just how it goes, man. It's just every single time we're trying to cook up a perfect meal, we get like one little thing that fucks the whole thing up, man. And this is one of them. This is one of a few things. This summer has been the worst one, by the way. Just saying.
Well, I would say this about it. I get where you're coming from. And I remember Grizz Khan kind of messaged me to reply to a tweet of mine where I think I sort of said about, I think it was about Mane, it might have been about Salah, one of the two, where I was like, well, essentially, like you guys all season have been fighting for either one of these guys at some point to be the Ballon d'Or. So you're saying they're the best player in the world. So they're going to ask for the best money in the world. It's a prerequisite. And I get the super chat here from Dean that says we have the second highest wage bill. It's not about how high your wage bill is. It's about the next level that you go to. If you believe you've got the best team in the world and some of the best players in the world, they're going to, at some point, they're going to demand to be paid like the highest paid players in the world and some of the best players in the world. If you get rid of Salah this summer and you bring in Rafinha, obviously Darwin Núñez has come in, these players might go on to be, they might go on to be better than the front three you had before. But football, it's so hard to do. Like Barcelona haven't replaced Xavi and Iniesta yet. Man United still haven't replaced Gary fucking Neville. Like legitimately, he retired in like 2010. So there is no guarantee that the next players come in, pick up where those guys left off. So if, for instance, Mane and Salah go and the people that come in for them are very good, but just not quite at that level, it might not be a case of 2 years we don't really win much and then they come good, same level, and we start winning again. You may not win. They may be flops.
Yep.
I'm not saying that, at least with Mane and Salah for the next 2 or 3 years, you can get real bona fide performances out of them. And I know it's a risk of paying them £350,000, £400,000 a week each. But there's also that risk of going backwards. And as you say, you're not going to fall off and suddenly come 8th or 9th. That's stupidity. But could you fall into a top 4 race if the new signings aren't scoring as much, aren't as clutch, aren't winning you as many games? Well, by sheer definition, yes. So I understand at the very least the concern. What I was a little bit shocked about, though, is that the level of crap you got just for expressing how concerned you were. That's all you did was say, I'm worried. I'm worried about the direction that we're going in. And I've never seen someone, even people that know you, were like, oh, maybe, about you're just doing it to make your channel grow. You're just doing it for attention. You don't really mean it. Like, what's your feeling to that?
First of all, the whole negativity for views thing is so like overdone. I feel like anytime you criticize constructively, you get called negative. The best numbers I've ever done on the channel was when I was extremely positive actually in the run, and I came on this channel itself, the Football Terrace, and I said we're going to win the Prem, we're going to win the Champs. Terry can tell you as well. I said that I was extremely positive for the run. I did the best numbers. Negativity doesn't get numbers as much as people think. Like, and even if it does get it, it does not get it in a positive way, as in people are coming back to watch you, because people will come back to watch you only if you're negative again. And here's the thing, and I'm gonna just say it as it is, and I don't give a shit who's watching. I don't give a shit if anyone feels called out. You're called out. If the shoe fits, wear it. With the Liverpool content creator fan base specifically, we have this sort of positivity fetish. It's almost like positivity Olympics. Who can be the most positive? Who can kiss John Henry's ass the most? Who can, worship Klopp the most? Astaghfirullah. Who can worship, our manager the most and not constructively criticize any decision? Who can, be the most positive top red and go like, guys, we're gonna win the quadruple, and do all this extra shit? At the end of the day, any person And here's the thing: if you want me to deal with the facts, I can deal with the facts. I made a whole thread about why a midfielder is a necessity, and I feel like it's gotten to the stage where stating the obvious and actually constructively criticizing is frowned upon. Why? Because it's just the same shit over and over. I promise you, Terry, last summer, I just started off this YouTube stuff. I heard the same regurgitated 3-4 sentences every single day of that summer transfer window. And I'm smart. So I learned from last summer. I'm not going to allow myself to listen to the same exact shit last summer. Trust FSG, trust Klopp. Do you know better, or does the transfer committee know better? Oh, wait till the end of the window. I know we've just signed Konate. Wait till the end of the window. Yes, Paul Joyce has reported we're not going to sign anyone, but wait till the end of the window. I feel like it's just square pegs in round holes, and it's almost like, okay, you're going to create me the perfect cake, but every single time I'm going to take away something. And by the way, this next summer thing, they can keep rinsing that forever. And no one calls it out. And a lot of people, when they come to my channel, Terry, I promise you, I'm not making this up. I'm not doing self-promotion here. I'm just being honest. They come to me and they say, Husam, the reason why we watch your stuff is because you're real, you're raw. You just say it as it is. You're objective about the club. You don't just sit there and go like, Henderson was good in 1920, so I'm going to count him as a good option now. Firmino was good when he had a man bun in 17-18, so I'm going to count him as a good option now. You have to look at stuff in the prism, in the context of 2022. We just finished 1 point behind Manchester City. In order to bridge that gap and not look behind us at the likes of Spurs, in order to bridge that gap, you need to spend money in the position that you need improving in. Anyone who has watched Liverpool for 5 games this season, 2 games, 3 games, will tell you the position that needs improving is in midfield. That's the glaring weakness in the team. You cannot keep telling me next season. And the reason why, the next season thing is even worse than people think. Jude Bellingham is not the be-all and end-all. And this is my problem, Terry. It's this sheepish mentality of just following people. Like, it's like, man, like, yes, Shepherd, guide me to my opinion. They can't formulate their own opinions. Like, it's just so annoying. Since when has Jude Bellingham turned into Zinedine Zidane? Since when, like, I woke up one day and Jude Bellingham became Zinedine Zidane of the footballing world, and he's the only improvement on Henderson. Suddenly, in world football, in Europe, the only improvement on Jordan Henderson is a man by the name of Jude Bellingham. Barella isn't an improvement. Paqueta and Vital isn't an improvement. Vitinha, who's just gone to PSG, isn't an improvement. Matheus Nunes isn't an improvement. Plenty of players who will improve. And you know what the problem is with the next summer stuff? And I genuinely, I'm sorry for speaking so much, but I'm speaking from the heart. I'm really passionate about this because I really do want us to win, and I'm sick and tired of the same excuses because people don't understand the depth of stupidity of the bullshit they say, Terry. Terry touched on it. He's from the outside looking in. Outside looking in, you're not emotionally invested. You sort of just get what the people are saying. You have right now Alisson, Van Dijk, Trent, Robertson, Fabinho, Thiago, Mo Salah. These 7 players, if I said they're world class, no one's going to go like, you're crazy. They might argue it, but they won't say they're crazy. So these 7 players are world class in their prime, bar Trent. Trent is the young one. They're all in their prime. Are we going to waste 7 world class players in their prime to wait another season? Do people not understand how risky that is? And just to finally land on this, and like, honestly, I'm just so mad. Like, and I know I've spoken a lot. Let me just give the people the facts. So Husam loves to do opinions and etc. But come back in March when you're doing the positive TEDx speeches on YouTube. How about you love everything and the FA Cup is what you dreamed of. Let me just tell people the midfield combinations. Liverpool, this is in the game games we dropped points in, sorry. Liverpool, Brentford, Liverpool, Man City, Jones, Fabinho, Henderson. Liverpool, Brighton, Keita, Henderson, Jones. Keita came off, Ox came on. West Ham beat us 3-2, Ox, Fabinho, Henderson. Liverpool 2-2, Tottenham. We went away to White Hart Lane. Listen to the midfield, listen to this. Morton, Milner, Keita. That was an actual midfield we fielded in the league this season. Leicester 1-0 Liverpool, Ox, Fabinho, Henderson. We went away to Stamford Bridge, Milner, Fabinho, Henderson. Our best run in the league this season has been when Thiago has been the most fit, and we were able to rotate with Keita and Henderson, and we went on a crazy run of games to claw back that lead. So the proof is in the pudding. Husam is not ranting or shouting for no reason. I'm passionate. I want us to win. And the people attacking me, they always preface their statement with like, I know we need a midfielder, but I'm not going to lose my shit. If you're not going to lose your shit when your team is primed to win now, just all they need is just one guy to come in and make a difference. You're never going to lose your shit. You're just gonna be on this positivity fetish, positivity Olympics. Oh, I'm in love with him and I feel fine. Let me just sing on YouTube. Like, come on, man, let's be constructive. And this cheapest mentality will just lead us to fighting for top 4 again. Let Salah go this summer. We're fighting for top 4 next season. Like that, we go from title challengers to competing for top 4. Rafinha is gonna need a year and a half to develop. Nunes is gonna need time. Blah blah blah. And it's just a cycle. And every time there's an ingredient missing, they're gonna tell us next summer, next summer, next summer, next summer. And here we are. And the thing is, like, my issue is we are at a different state. The rebuild is complete. You've got your spine. You've got everything ready. You just need to add one ingredient. One ingredient makes that much of a difference. Like, and it really does make a difference, because that's our weakness. You can't not improve your weakness when you're in second place. Like, you know, you're about to, you do know if the reported outgoings are true. We're actually in a negative. I know he's gonna say net spend is not real, but that's not the point. We are in a negative net spend, as in the outgoings are actually giving us more money than the incoming is in Darwin Núñez. So I feel like it's kind of a situation where you just sat there thinking like, okay, we just finished second, 1 point behind. Surely this summer specifically, we cannot wait till next summer. And this refers back to the positivity Olympics thing. Terry, I dare you. There's about 2-3 Liverpool channels that do that maximum. I dare you go on YouTube right now and search up Liverpool midfielder. Just search that up and go watch every single one of them. I'm sure we'll be fine. We don't need any midfielder right now. We've got Henderson. It's just the positivity that makes me want to vomit. You know, that obnoxious positivity. That type. That's just not even like feeling the issue. There's zero. Like, they're not sensing it, Terry. They're not sensing it. And come March time, they're gonna be saying the same shit again. They're gonna be saying, "Oh, we're going up against the Oil State Club. We're competing against Messi." I understand, but we're not gonna win this stuff without the actual upgrade. Like,